When you're ready. So I'm going to start with the general news. I'm just going to give you a bit of history about what's happened with music for the past 100 years. So it started out and we had classical music, we had classical guitar and whatever else going on around that, and then from that blues and jazz just kind of originated and started inspiring people. These people were inspired to do psychedelic and rockabilly kind of style music, which Elvis was famous for, and then that all inspired people into going into passive rock, and then the rhythm and blues artists inspired people to then go into the just blues artist being Gary Moore. From the passive rock kind of came about, and then metal also came from around that area. We're in about the 60s, 70s now, and pop was also starting to generate up. From the rock and metal we had punk coming through, we had artists like the Sex Pistols and the Ramones were kind of coming around, although they were in the bit of kind of punk rock, would we say. From those we also had alternative, which is punk rocky but softer, and then we also had the other spectrum of things where soul and pop was coming around, also along with soul rap. From then punk and alternative we had punk rock coming about. There was Green Day for one, Guns N' Roses was also coming about then, and to be honest they're still going now. I know they had a bit of a mix up with Slash and whatever, and then they've had new things, but they are still going around now with the Chinese Democracy. I don't know if that tour's finished yet or not. So same with AC/DC, they were starting around that time and they're still going up until a couple of years ago where they did their final tour and finished at Downward Festival. Around the time of punk rock coming about we also had R&B coming in, and that's enough I'm talking about R&B. And then from the punk rock it kind of softened up, and we had hot punk coming about, along with techno and electro and indie bands like most recent Arctic Monkeys, who came from where we are filming now, which is in High Green, Sheffield. So this brings me on to my main story today, which is going to be the Foo Fighters. They have been going around for a long time now, and I want to know your thoughts about it, because they've been playing a lot of big events, but big events for the wrong reason. For the fact that they've been playing a lot of R&B events like Tea in the Park, where they normally have quite poppy kind of music. They played the BBC Radio 1 and BBC 3 weekend, where they ran over by about half an hour, and that was kind of a punky kind of thing to do, and everyone kind of reacted kind of well to that. My main point here is, do you think that Foo Fighters may bring rock back around? Could rock be coming back as a thing? Because the top band at the moment probably will be Foo Fighters. It's coming up big and the following's just got bigger and bigger and bigger. They release a track and it gets played everywhere. I just want to know what you guys think. Comment down below.
Evening. This is the part where I'll be talking about new albums and any other albums I want to talk about. This is my bit. One of the most talked about musical returns of this year is Blink-182 coming back. The punk legends from the 90s have returned and in full force, with a new album on the way and a single already out, which Lenny will be talking about in a bit. This proves that Blink are going to be back with a bang. The album Neighbourhoods, which was self-produced by the band, will be out on September 28th. These are the following track listings: Ghost on the Dance Floor, Alan Mode, This Is Home, Snake Charmer, MA4, 18, 2011, Even If She Falls, U2, Up All Night, After Midnight, Natives. Though as well as a regular release, there will be a deluxe edition released, which features 3 extra tracks. These are Kaleidoscope, Fighting With Gravity, Hearts All Gone. The group released the track Up All Night as a single, which in itself was a new landmark, as it featured new elements such as synthesizers and other things often used in electronic music rather than punk. But Blink-182's punk roots still shine through. And one thing is clear, this album is going to be worth the wait. Now, this is one of my favourite albums, self-titled album by Avenged Sevenfold. In my opinion, this is one of the best albums, although I do love all of them, so it's quite difficult for me to pick a favourite one. This was the last album to feature the original lineup of the band, as on December 29, 2009, the drummer, Jimmy Sullivan, sadly passed away. The album was produced by the band itself and released in 2007. The 11-track album boasts the usual catchy choruses, amazing guitar riffs, and absolutely brilliant drum fills. Every single song is unique and has a brilliant feel to it. Whether it's from Critical Acclaim, where the band expressed their feelings about Bond America and politics itself, to A Little Piece of Heaven, which is quite an unusual track that incorporates an orchestra as well as every element of the band. The band ventured a new territory in the track Lost, in which they incorporate auto-tuner, something that isn't quite that common in the alternative / metal genre. Using this gave a brand new feel to the song, as well as adding new dimensions to the entire album. The song Afterlife features a string intro, but don't worry, it's back to typical Avenged. Overall, this album was impressive when I first heard it. You know what? Still bloody. Ooh!
Right, thank you Matt for talking about the album. I'm now going to be doing a slight review on the single that was released a couple of months ago, which is called Up All Night by Blink. It starts with a strange kind of synthesized phaser intro, which you think, oh no, is Blink gonna be going into the kind of poppy kind of stuff like what most people think Green Day's done, but as they started from an extreme kind of punk scene and have kind of softened up into alternative. Is Blink going to be doing the same kind of thing, or is it just this and then it kicks in with a heavy intro and it's, yeah, this is Blink's back. It's heavier than what they normally do. They have the guitar turned up a lot louder than what they've ever had on any other recording of their album. In fact, it's a hell of a lot louder than what they have live, as Mark Space is usually louder than Tom's guitar live. And after that, we think it's all back to normal, and then it goes into a fill, and it's like an electronic phaser fill, not like the one at the beginning. It's just kind of, it's electronic, like think maybe poppy again. Then it kicks into a verse with a really kind of catchy drum beat, just a little hi-hat drum beat with the odd bass drum and snare drum kicked in, and just a guitar playing the same chord over and over and over. And then it goes into a chorus, which is like not the usual Blink kind of chorus. It's not heavy, it's just like the verses kind of being. It's light, and then a drum track comes in halfway through, and then it kicks in with the lead words Up All Night, and then repeats that in a heavier kind of situation, not as heavy as the intro yet, but not as light as what the verses have been like. Then straight back in with the intro, it's nice and heavy again, you know that Blink is definitely back. Then it kicks in with another verse exactly the same as the first verse, and the chorus doing the same. At the end of this chorus, it doesn't go into an intro, it just kind of fades out, and you think, oh, that's the end of the song, that's quite a good song. And then it kicks back in with the intro, but with a slower drum beat, and you think, oh, this is a bit weird. It takes you a while to actually realise there is a slower drum beat. It was only when I was watching a drum cover that I actually realised it was a slower drum beat. It just seems slightly strange. After 4 bars, it then kicks in with the heavy, fast kind of drum beat. Yep, guys, 182's back. And in other news, there's been a rumour going about that Black Sabbath will be reuniting. I'm going to talk with the guitarist Tony Iommi, who has confirmed that that is not true, which is a really big bummer, to be honest. Let's see, because Ozzy's released his solo album sometimes in the past year, and it'd be nice for him to reunite. If you guys think anything different, comment it down below and we'll be happy to reply. The other thing that I want to talk to you about is the Rockstar Energy Uproar Tour, which is going to be going from the 26th of August till the 14th of October. The headline band that's going to be playing is Avenged Sevenfold, which Mark Gladley said about their album earlier. It's good that there's a tour like this that's so big at the moment, because if you just look at how many sponsors, there's 20 sponsors for this one tour at the moment, which is phenomenal. It shows that, like earlier, rock may be coming back around, even though Pro Festival is a bit heavier than just rock. Right, that's the end of episode 1. I hope you enjoyed it. The first episode will be up on the 17th of September. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you then, and bye. I hope you all enjoyed this episode of Music Matters. If you want to see the next one, then click the yellow subscribe button. Remember to answer the question that I asked you, which was, do you think Foo Fighters will be bringing rock back around, or is it just a band getting big? Also, I'm going to be doing a little thing, which is basically every time the X Factor shows, which will be on the Saturday, I will be putting a review and my thoughts into a video and posting it to you guys, which will be up on the Sunday the day after. If you've got any opinions on that, or you want it or you don't want it, then comment down below along with your answer to my question. I hope to see you on the 17th of September when the second episode will be up, and I also hope to see you tomorrow, which will be the 28th of August, when I do my X Factor thing. Hope to see you then. Dramatic lighting and hair wetness change. I'm going to leave you with a few outtakes from the video that you've just seen. Bye. Making it big.
You could have stopped there and you could have took the ending from the other one.
Yeah, I know. Got cupboard! Joe, you're so ignorant!
Cupboard!